far. And also for Geekay, it's their first best-of-3 series because they made it cleanly through phase 1. And I mean, sure, domestically they've played best-of-3s before, but at this event, it's their first best-of-3 series, whereas Wolves, they've been going through the last 2 days, and they've been winning out clean. John right now playing the exact kind of role, lurk on the map, but find that opening kill for his team.
Yeah, last time that we saw Geekay on this map, they played this 4 times. They were 100% win rate.
Mowgli deciding that it really do be his own with 2 kills inside of the site, leaving Noodle and Hashom as the last 2 remaining for GK with just a little bit over a minute and a half to go.
Mowgli's been their best player so far through these play-ins.
When they made Geekay, they got to deal with the site, and they have get to deal with the roam.
This is where action can come in now as the Adrenal Surge suggests that Noodle might get a bit aggressive. There's not a lot remaining for GK. They've only got 1 smoke, but hey! Noodle can get that shot onto Deadshot, leaving 3 up for Wolves, who'll just sit and ride out the final minute of action.
Just chilling on the site right now. 50 seconds. Obviously, GK can take their time with this. They're going to need to if they want to clutch back this 2v3. Diffuse kit is down inside of the basement. They can drop the hatch, pick it up, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue. Approaching now with 40 seconds. They are playing pretty spread apart. You're going to have Noodle on the north side, Hashom just jumping in the south right now.
Super shorty above is something we've seen time and time again on the variety of labs played here in Atlanta. Open up those sight lines. Have one person play coverage while you go to get that diffuser down. It'll be a precarious position, though. GK have not picked up the case yet. Hashom is nearby. Instead, he'll go for kills. Mowgli a 3rd. No 4th to be had as Noodle shuts him down, who will be stopped and slowed down by this goo mine.
10 seconds remaining.
Time very much on the shoulders of Wolves right now as Noodle attempts to plant, baiting it out. Wolves looking to engage as Bibu gets softened up, but ultimately the clock will give the round.
GK pushing actually. They're starting to open the connector wall now.
When you see P4, I knew there was intel somewhere because the wall bang is a little bit too clean there, and the downside of no solos is it's hard to find the cameras, and he falls in the battle to Noodle.
Yeah, great pickup there. We saw how that was going to be an important roam coming through from P4, and they go through the basement just to shut that down. They were lurking down there at the very beginning of the round. They find P4. It's an excellent start. That should be the majority of the bottom floor taking control for from Geekay now.
Yeah, when you play this kind of operator style with like the Ying, the Finger, the Thatcher, this is pretty good for the side setup. So finding an early kill on the attack inside to also clear the roam means that Geekay now in a fantastic position, quite frankly, and they got more intel to work with.
Yeah, they're droning.
Good intel on leader. Grenade from below does not work out. We're approaching the halfway point of this second round.
Lights out.
With GK having the upper hand. They've got a little bit more time at their disposal before they can really sink their teeth into this. Bandit tricking going, and, well, at least 1 bandit battery went down, but Bibu picked the wrong side as it gets opened up by leader. And GK have a very valuable set of tools at their disposal. Also, Deadshot has died for Wolves, meaning that the advantage for GK is looking.
Yeah, and Bibu just didn't have a second bandit battery, so couldn't put it down, and things are kind of getting worse for us here. As walls open up, lost the members, nades from below flying across the floor here. Very, very wide nade, doesn't find anything. And they got so much time to work with. A full minute, Finger Stims goes through, still EMPs in pocket. Geekay, masterful round here.
Mowgli, big 2K, potentially finds the first frag. Shotgun out with a second. Yes, he will. Brilliantly done from Mowgli. We just sing his praises non-stop. 5-1 here, grabbing the advantage back for Wolves.
How do those look for his numbers, Jesse?
Well, those will improve the numbers, undoubtedly.
Wow, what analysis. So good from you. More kills equals better? Who knew? Noodle and Hashom, again in a similar position. Noodle had picked up some relatively impactless kills in the previous round. Working alongside his teammate, they've got not a lot of time left. And it was the undoing of Wolves in the previous round. Despite the final kill coming for Wolves, the clock would have given the round to them anyway. Will the same predicament unfold? Do we find GK in that same set of circumstances? An even slower push towards the site as Hashom dies. Noodle has a good read, but it's Bibu to pop up and get the... Very selfishly done. I guess maybe not as selfish as we would have thought, because Deadshot is not too far by, and it doesn't matter because there's maybe one angle that Mowgli wasn't looking at as he's the first casualty.
Still so many players top floor though. Deadshot, P4, Shinka, they're all Shinka below, but now Noodle trying to get involved. The Candelas fly out. There's the frag. That's again going forward towards GK. Leader picks up the headshot on the P4. This top floor clear has gone really well.
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's been clean, smooth so far, and tricks to the flank as well. This is the read it. Oh, okay. It's an empire kill somehow.
Oh, GK has had the advantage in almost every single one of these rounds, though they've not prevailed in any of them this time. You're going to be going in a 1v5. Shinka doesn't see to the left. Noodle gets the final kill. Here, more importantly, because GK has a numbers advantage, they can comfortably sit somebody on flank watch. There's no dedicated flank operator like a Nomad or a Gridlock, but you see there's some Claymores being brought. Where has Key used those Claymores? That is the real question. Oh, more Capcan traps found, by the way. There's Deadshot making his way back to the site. Trix dies. First casualty for GK. Deadshot will go down to Hasham. Leader cleaning out Bibu, though he's traded back. The Adrenal Surge is working out so well to get Leader back up as his timer will continue to run down. Mowgli and Shinka reduced to just Shinka as Hasham finds that kill. The Capcan spotted, but there's a lot of angles to watch and just too many players from GK.
I guess double check the downstairs area. They haven't cleared it all. They're looking for the Wamai right now, and that's Deadshot all alone.
Oh, Leader missing an opportunity on the kill, but you've got some backup there. As suddenly, down goes Deadshot. Leader actually credited with the kill. I don't know if he got the down because of the way that they've changed things up. You might get the down, but you don't get the secure. You still technically get credited with the kill.
The problem is, what are you doing with this bottom floor? You're out of grenades. Yep. You don't have a buck or anything. I mean, you're kind of in a tough spot, even though you finally secured this. You've got 35 seconds to make an execute work, and you're really not going to have any pressure from down below. You've just stopped the flank.
Well, they'll be able to get this Black Mirror now as Leader waiting to push into that catwalk in the rafters, and will have a safer passage to do so, but limited information at the moment, and you just have to play off what you know for the final 20 seconds. Hasham's 6th kill as he now ascends those fish stairs, heading towards the bomb site. Cut across by Shinka, who will now pivot and stare down the ace and take him down, leaving just Bibu in a 1v2, but he's firing away, and guess what? Trickster will need to get that diffuser or go for the engagement, and Bibu shuts him down. Nice nod to an Assassin's Creed series, also created by Ubi. Fires will go in, and Key hasn't really had a lot of impact when it comes to kills, but utility work will need to be there. No kill to be had in this entire first half for one of the 5 players from GK, and yet they are still as competitive as ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's C4. That's going to slow things down. The fire, the smokes are gone from the Capital. And yeah, one fire did go out, but it didn't really get the job done. It forcing it to move, but didn't get the kill for them.
He coming through there actually stepped on a goo mine when he ate that C4. A bit of a disruption coming through, and that's kind of stalled out this push, as you mentioned, Nick. I mean, we're seeing Trix trying to continue to push on in with the defuse kit. But again, what do they have here? Do they have top pressure up above? Not really with any sort of significant soft breach. Do they have anybody storage? Do they have anybody exo? Kind of, maybe. We're looking at storage for this is going to be the pinch coming through. But Mowgli is there, and he has been so on so far today.
Still waiting with the setup. It's going to come down to gunfights again. It's Mowgli against the world.
He gets the pick on to Noodle. Some of the ceiling above him will explode. Trixit hasn't moved off of this position in Animus. Only 30 seconds left. Wolves in the advantage right now. Looking to close out this first half, 4-2. Hasham outside of the building, but so close to the B-bomb as well. Down he goes. The guns from Wolves hitting their marks. P4 doing some work. Trixit finished off now by Shinka, and it's Mowgli.
Figured it out. Let's see here.
Awesome.
You want 15 kills, Jesse, from Mowgli, he said.
Okay, well, listen, I couldn't hear him either, so we'll call it even.
Okay.
Big pick from Noodle to start things off, taking out Bibu down inside of the bottom floor. Again, we see a very similar take where it's very direct from the south side, and they're already planting the defuse kit.
Yeah, that's fast. I mean, hello, there's still 2 minutes left. The bomb is going down.
Oh my, GK, your return to the bomb site will not be well welcomed. Mowgli looking for that 15 bomb. Well, he's over half the way there. An 8th kill found to Shink as the first casualty for Wolves. Leader might be able to long-arm this amidst the chaos. Will somebody read into it? Leader is sitting on it. There's no way he gets away with this, right? No, he does get away with it.
Once they confirm that Hasham indeed isn't in that area of the map, they will EMP out, exothermic charge, but Hashami's got there. He's putting down the battery, but he picked the wrong side.
And right as that happens too, Noodle goes down, traded. Hasham as well picks up a big frag here.
I mean, at that point, if you're Hasham, where do you go? You have to swing your way out of that position. It's very similar when we do see some teams opt to bandit trick that wall in Clubhouse. When it gets opened up and you fail, you're going to get picked from the window, maybe the stairs. You're going to have to fight your way out of it. GK looking for yet another round. Unless P4 with that diffuser can fight off pretty much the entirety of this team minus Noodle, who's broken double digits, and a great round from Hasham.
You see Noodle with 3 keeper barriers now, but almost gets taken out in the window. Bad time, but it works out for him. But it's going to force him back to the hallway instead. Maybe surrender a little bit of meeting room for now at least. And It's Bibu this time with the opening kill into Trickst.
It's nice that we're starting to see some life from Wolves when it comes to these first engagements because GK have been exceptional through all 9 rounds at getting that first pick. Wolves establishing some good breathing space with Noodle and Trickst being taken out. Now it's Hashom in the line of fire as he has to escape as the Selmas go. Leader getting softened up too. This is all Wolves at the moment.
What do you do if you're Hasham at this point? Because we saw in the last round, he likes to take these kind of awkward moments and swing and get aggressive, but with 1 HP, I mean, you hear the air jabs being thrown at it as well. It's very, very tough to do anything, but you kind of have to. 3v5. If you just sit and let this happen, they're going to execute. They're going to win the round.
Yeah, let's look at so much time again. Wolves take the seconds that you need here. Don't overgo too far, but Key's down for the counter splits. P4 this time getting that. They're just going to keep storming through this bombs, that looks like.
Key doesn't have a kill through 9 rounds. Nobody in GK might get one unless Leader can get on the board, or else it'll be flawlessly done by Wolves. Mowgli is dropped, but not secured, so flawless round for the Wolves. Still very much a possibility. What can they accomplish? Leader will have to reposition. Warden's a good operator, suited for taking multiple engagements, maybe more so than others, but Wolves have looked so practiced. They've given up on kills themselves to allow their teammates to get it in this previous round, and Mowgli, who was the player who decided to exhibit a bit of trigger discipline, GK to keep their mental wits about them.
Yeah, and we've kind of got the same story. Key goes down early, but Hasham's in a dangerous position, of course, just over inside a cafeteria. He has been droned now, double droned even for good measure. Blocks him off, and he could find a pick here if he finds the angle. Third Kiba, why not?
He's got more.
Just make it as annoying as possible to kill you.
Oh, and he walks away with it! No! There is no way he prevails! Not with P4, hot on his heels. That could have gone so bad for Wolves. They only walk away with a single dead player with a minute to go, though now they lose P4 to the well-read Nitro cell from Noodle, who is currently leading the way on his team, trailing Mowgli by a single kill. That 15-kill game for Mowgli, 3 kills away.
He's very close, I mean, but the thing is, the mental game there from Hasham, definitely a 1, and he stalls for time, and again, he kind of gets this 4 kill for his teammate as well, because he forced him into this bad position. And now Wolves, they gotta just kind of walk down the staircase, try, guys, let's, duo up, go for those trades, go for those picks. They got 1 nade in pocket from Mowgli, but what are you gonna do, destroy the soft floor? It's very low value grenade usage.
Bibu watching that hatch, just inches away from getting the heels of Leader, who will be active in the calls to the rest of the team. Mowgli also positioned close by to Trickst. There's an adrenal surge to go. 1 stands in his pocket, tearing away with that caliber-based destruction. Bibu dies to Leader. Now Leader picking up yet another. A 3rd kill to be had by Leader. He pulls it off.
Taken away very quickly.
A very critical round now is, it's my favorite. The team that wins this moves to map point. Hasham missing out on that bandit trick, but a familiar position, fighting his way out of that spot as nades from below, at the moment, not finding their targets. They're doing some work to take out various parts of the ground. It's all Wolves, all the way down the kill feed. P4 and Deadshot remain. Noodle with the kill on the Deadshot, leaving just P4, who's slaughtered by Trickst.
Pinch it could be bad for GK.
It's the same sided push, but this time I think that Geekay realized instead of falling back, we fight and stay our ground, and so far it's paying off.
Honestly, a lot of the last couple maps have really just come down to that Mowgli buff that the team has had. Mowgli gets an opening pick. Mowgli finds some information, and here we go. Crucial round. Nade goes in. The supporting cast needs to be good enough. Shinka and P4 with a pick as well. Adrenal surge to get Mowgli back up off the ground, and 1 remains, meaning that a bit more HP will be returned to the Finka, as Mowgli's the only one who's taken any damage at this point. Wolves, with just a little bit under a minute and a half to go, find themselves in a 5v2. That's an excellent spot to propel themselves to overtime.
Melted on that top floor like some cheese on a fine sandwich. Sorry, I'll start with the kitchen puns. 2v5, this is going to be tough for GK. Hasham's roaming around that top floor, but Bibu is holding him down, so it's going to be unlikely for that flank to work out. He's actually going to go ahead and drop and connect up with Leader to try to play these trades, and it's a great start. Finds Mowgli in the hallway, so 50 seconds on the clock. Their position's a little bit scattered. This is actually doable.
This position. It's a rat.
Now.
What about now?
Now it's gone.
Still doable?
That's doable.
Leader in the 1v4. An opportunity to close this match out has slipped through the fingers of GK, but Leader has been great in the clutch. Shows so far, taking out Deadshot, and now P4. An ace will need to be had by GK to win this, as Leader's position by that A-bomb given away. Here's the greater issue, though. There will be one player outside, vaulting out.
Maybe adaptability-wise, this might be easier to deal with mentally, but if they lose this first attack and round, they do have to go there back again as soon as they win on defense.
That's brilliant.
They feel terrible. They hate this. They wish they were in defense now.
P4 getting shut down early on, not great for the chances of Wolves, but again, this is a spot that they know quite well, as the numbers still very much favoring GK on those opening picks.
And Hisham, I mean, he's not leaving. He's still inside a cafeteria, ready to get aggressive. I believe he's just being droned by Deadshot now. There's a drone lurking in the area at the very least. There it is. Shoots that drone, but the position will be given away. Deadshot and Mowgli will be the two trying to pinch out Hisham and find this trade. It'll come late, but if they can get it without casualties, it'll be very well worth it. He retreats back, though, shoots another drone, and I think he's greedy and not out. Could have escaped, but still lurking around inside of vending, and finally backs on off. Great time waste.
He's min-maxing, that's what he's doing. Okay? He's staying for as long as possible, and he played that middle line perfectly.
Trickst kills P4, or Mowgli rather. So along with P4, now that's two players from Wolves that will wait in the afterlife. Words are hard sometimes here. Bibu taken out by a Nitro Cell of Noodle. All these kills to be had by GK. Boy, oh boy, Defenders having a very good time on this Labs map so far.
This looks more like the that perfect win rate you spoke of, Jesse, of basement hold, because this looks to be a flawless one. We've seen Wolves be in this position before where they have no real way in. They only got 2 or 3 buddies to throw at the problem, and there's so much time. The cameras are there as well. Deadshot finds Noodle somehow, maybe a little bit too exposed, swing out that doorway, but there's still 4 defenders upright.
Well, 3.5.
Okay.
He does have a Nitro Cell, though, of course, all in good fun. Don't take it anywhere too seriously.
Porky.
Hisham in a good position, as he always is. Crouched in behind the Kiba barrier. Gonna try to stop this.
Crazy.
He's making it so annoying just to get into this room. Another swing coming through from the Legion of Leader. That will, actually shut down from Hisham, and there's Leader. Big 2 kills to finish that.
More than one hard breach to try and tackle this site. Noodle, nice shot onto Mowgli, and this could be the start of the end of Wolves on this first map.
Yeah, look how disjointed the Wolves roam is going to Geekay, right? They don't know where the attackers are. They don't got intel. They don't got the trades. Not P4. He's alone, looking to make the hero play that they need.
Oh, and prepped and ready for it. Noodle grabbing P4. The roam not really working out the way they wanted.
No, and I think the intel is the perfect point there. You're bringing a Valkyrie every single time on P4. You are dying every single time on P4. They get a bit of damage back onto Trickst. Even if you get these kills, though, like, they're just trades. This is a really roam-heavy defense from Wolves. They don't have a ton of good site utility. One C4 from Shinka, that's about it. 3 Kibas from Deadshot, don't know what that's going to do. So you need to be winning this round in the early portions of it, and they aren't.
No, I mean, strategically, this is just a round of Wolves. They fall flat, and Geekay completely counter it. Deadshot again alive. He finds one, but that's all there's going to be around him.
I mean, nicely played to get the kill onto Hisham. Now it's Trickst to take a lot of damage as well. Have to be very careful of your ankles, as those Capcan traps can catch you off guard. Deadshot heard one over towards Garage. Could decide to go in that direction, but target prioritization is going to be key here. Catch him off guard. A freebie onto Noodle, not wanting to re-engage, buying time, hitting the ground as Bibu is off the board. He's down but not out. Deadshot looking around. No kill to be had. GK prevail on map 1, 8-6.
Listen, the other side, obviously not great results from GK. From Wolves, 4-0 on the season. 3 of those wins coming recently in Stage 2, taking out Heroic, Into the Breach, and in Atlanta, D plus Kia were their most recent victims on Skyscraper. So there is reason...
far, I mean, when you go for the roam clear, the Valcam's not going to be an issue. We can tell from this top-down view that every single defender has fallen off the roam. They're back towards the bomb site, bunkering up, and that's because when you get the opening kill on Skyscraper, you've got what you want. You don't want to risk yourself dying now on the roam, so you fall all the way back, establish crossfires, and Wolves, they still have to respect what if there's a roamer. So we hide in the corner, drone every inch of the map, every corner, and then progress up through. But this top dragon, top drum position can be hard to break apart.
Nice full opening pick. Hisham's given up nothing sitting inside of Drum. You know, he was playing inside of Office at the very start of the round, fell off very early, left Noodle kind of alone. Kind of very good that Noodle got that pick, because there would not have been a trade if P4 had actually won the gunfight up against Noodle. They're going to focus their attention over towards Geisha, and a bunch of frags coming in for GK. Wow.
So much for their worst map. Now, I will say that even though you can contextualize it with numbers, that you are completely wrong just because of the first 3 kills in round number 1, and that's all that matters. Now it's Deadshot to engage with Key. No. Can Key get the final kill? Deadshot will have to reposition now. Give it to him. Just give it to him at this point. Nitro Cell, Deadshot getting away from it. Hey! He does it! Nope.
To help P4 on the Amaro no Ying. I mean, they have some flashbangs, but that's on P4, and then Shinka, who's outside the window. He's gonna find the Valkyrie, though, not up the hatch.
P4's got maybe some different weaponry than what we expected. He's got that Supernova shotgun. Nitro Cell goes out, almost killing P4, not before Noodle had taken a near mortal beating as well. Mowgli knows somebody is inside a drum, but he turns tail to run away as Noodle and Trix get on the board. And the team kill against Deadshot puts Wolves in such terrible position to start their own map.
I mean, they didn't even commit to that, Jesse. They were kind of half in, half out. Mowgli sprints through a doorway into the bomb site, and then Shinka and Bibu, they're outside the building. I'm not really sure what happened here, but it seemed like either somebody didn't believe in the call or just didn't hear it.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really have the control for that. Obviously, they jumped on in. We saw Mowgli getting forward, bit of siege timing for him to not see Trix inside of Drum. But even still, like, you don't have control of that room. You're walking into a crossfire. Even if you're watching the angle and you get luckier on the timing, I mean, you're still in a pretty rough fight. Now they're in a 2v4. Again, as you mentioned, Nick, not a lot of distraction operators coming through. They find one, great from Bibu, okay, but he's now very low HP off of that. And still working in with Shinka. Everybody on GK just willing to let them waste their own time.
Yeah, but speaking of numbers, GK, 3 members on 1 HP. All of a sudden, this looks very winnable, but it has to be Shinka most likely to find those skills to do that damage. He's on Thermite, not your typical clutch operator, but he can get it done.
Well, HPs on GK obviously are not to their strengths at the moment, with Key, Noodle, and Leader all on a single bullet away, but, well, you still got a gun at your disposal. You could still shoot away. One player close range right next to Bibu. That's Trixed. Out goes a Nitro Cell, and a shotgun there will be the undoing of Wolves if they go through that door without checking. Now Bibu hopefully waiting for something now down below, missing most of his opportunities. Tricks to swing, 3 kills, no deaths. Can he make it a 4th? On the stairs he does indeed. GK up 2-0.
They have, again, 4 drones, but they need all 4 members with the manpower to move into the bomb site. They don't have the intel here.
They gain it, at least on the position of that player inside of Barbecue. Leader taking one down with him before he's traded off right away. Now a swing onto Mowgli from Key, who's performing much better on Skyscraper. Trixed on stairs will have to work with Key as Bibu hunts him down, but the time is just not there. There's nowhere to go unless Shinka can get that diffuser down. He attempts it, but he's on 0-0-0. And Trixed will get the final 2 kills. Very hungry and very empty-handed. So we haven't really seen a lot of success with these nades from below. Oh, no. Leader is not... Oh, he's so close to P4. Mowgli is there as well. Can he get him? There goes the grenade. Swung on. Leader out-dueled by Mowgli. Wolves with 1 minute left find themselves in a 5v3. But there's Key playing on the window with Noodle not too far off. Taken out by Mowgli yet again. All the kills so far for Mowgli.
Yeah, we've got 2 players still up on the side of GK, and they're quite spread out. Hasham and Drum, Noodle actually not holding the crossfire with him up on that top floor, looking to try to make something happen. Bottom floor, excuse me. He's got that C4 down below as well. They do have Valkyrie on the board, so I do wonder if there's some intel for maybe a late round plant in denial. They've got Shinka down there too. He's got to get up to the bomb site. He's going to rappel into the karaoke window. This is going to be pretty low time. Mowgli knows that this is a problem, so he's hunting for the bottom floor player, and he finds him. 4K looking for the ace with the last guy alive. It's just going to be Hasham.
That's him and Shinka that will be fighting for this honor. So Sham's inside of Geisha. This could be a showstopper.
Ooh.
Potential for 4K. If he can fight it, but Mowgli softens him up, still in the hunt. An ace for Mowgli, and Wolves get on the board.
Tea room and karaoke. Perhaps down below, as we do see the drones down there in P4 as well. The taken out from the house stairs. Key so good there.
No, we missed an opportunity to see P0-4. Now he's P0-5. Mowgli just couldn't use the adrenal surge fast enough, and now using it and getting out-dueled by Key, whose 5th kill is doing excellent work. Second only to Trix on the team. Shinka also looking for a first kill. Combined with Deadshot, that's 3 players with only a single kill combined. Key will potentially bleed out, but Bibu's last alive with 1:45 to go. And Trix will just soften him up. Oh my. Maybe they'll get to talk to each other. And if you're in that position, that means you're on match point if we're actually going all the way in this hypothetical, which for Wolves is terrible. That means you only have one more opportunity. If you're Sonics, you almost got there. I was actually watching Super Stream and I was enjoying it very much. Came so close. For Wolves, you'd be lucky at this point to get that close.
Yeah, this is a tough spot, right? You've now lost your second body, and it was a little bit better than the first round. They had a bit better time pushing in this 4v4, but losing that body of Bibu, man, that is really, really rough. The top floor will be a little bit given up by the side of GK. They haven't fully given it up. They've still got Noodle up there. We've got the smoke up there, too, from Keys, so they aren't giving it up. But they have retreated out of Geisha. They're not playing so aggressively inside of here anymore. We're finding that out on the side of Wolves here as Deadshot walks in, and the plant's going down from Shinka.
How does Shinka have the map control to do this with so many players up from GK? Or are they just simply not aware? Deadshot eliminating Key. Now it's P4. Still looking for his first pick, but Deadshot is so good. Diffuser doesn't go down. Noodle goes huge with Leader there in tow. It's Noodle and Deadshot in a 1v1 with 30 seconds left. Leader might be retrievable, but it's hard to say at this point. I think the play for Noodle is to just simply wait it out. Only 20 seconds left.
Attackers recovered the
Diffuser picked up, and possibly in the corpse of Leader, the Diffuser goes down. No. Deadshot will reposition towards that barbecue door. Noodle could play off of this. Pros don't fake. Deadshot wins it all.
His phone is ringing. Bibu, his phone's ringing too. This is bad. How is he alive?
What? Sham somehow dies to Bibu. Noodle now primed and ready with a nade, but still Bibu persists inside a pantry. Backed up, of course, by Mowgli now, who that delay was to get Mowgli back in the server. By the way, Bibu and P4 on the board now as well. 2 kills for P4 as he broke into that goose egg previously. GK, they slaughtered on their entry. Leader holds onto that diffuser. GK about to lose their very first attack. Does lend some credibility to the argument that you've made about this being a dramatically defender-sided map.
Yeah, my goal there. I mean, they were focused so heavily on people downstairs and they couldn't clean it up. So all of a sudden they lose 3 members in the process. Now it's all down to Leader. On Thermite, you know, breaching walls, droning, and now last man standing. And I mean, somebody please help this guy. He's fighting left, right, center, and downstairs. And P4 swing. Boost comes to a Geno Surge. Noodle with the Gun 6 in pocket might look for an aggressive play here, but the thing is, what's the setup gonna look like? We see 2 members in the balcony near the bomb side, and 3 members in this Geisha portion of the map. So they're split down the attack.
Waiting on that Gon 6 to open things up, and they'll have to deal with the Kiba barriers first. P4 eliminating Trix. As Noodle is the next one involved over by Terrace, fighting that bar hold that's been established by Deadshot. Noodle throwing out yet another smoke just to conceal. Down goes Leader. Deadshot finally finished off as Wolves hold the upper hand with 45 seconds remaining.
Great use of the Yana smoke grenades from Noodle to get on in there and lock off the line of sight from Bibu, who's playing inside of Drum. He didn't have the angle as the player jumped in the window, and now Bibu himself being pressured. The Maverick's still a bit of a problem that Bibu's got to deal with. Unfortunately, the defuse kit went down, jumping in exhibition window, so that's a problem they've got to fix at some point from GK. But still, I mean, with a good little positioning coming in from Noodle, I mean, it's not impossible here, and that's a great start.
Excellent follow-up as Hisham gets some control over towards Dragon, and now sitting on flank watch, will not await anybody over on the side of Karaoke or T, though he does have a player close left in Bibu. Bibu's waiting for the cross, losing the duel. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. A frenzy breaking out as GK need to find the last kill, and they do so.
Mowgli down below on the Valkyrie, a pre-placed C4 actually put a little bit earlier in the round. Not sure if that's been utilized yet. No, it hasn't. There it is. Fine scheme. Brilliantly done. And that's a great little adaptation coming through. They didn't have last round. That's now started them off on a really good foot in round number 8 or 9.
Yeah. The question now is, do they fall back, solidify, play those crossfires? Well, they're playing that middle line again where they hold Dragon, they hold Drum. Just kind of waiting again. Oh, that is a disgusting shot from Bibu. Didn't need to take that risk, but he does, and falls back immediately to the bomb side.
The thing with Wolves is that they're always capable of these individual heroics. I mean, typically it's Mowgli that we see doing it, but throughout the course of this entire event, everybody on this team has pulled it off at least one time. Maybe Shinka's not in the best position to do so today, but otherwise can absolutely make his impact known. Outside of that, Wolves had established themselves quite well in the previous round, still didn't go in their favor. Through the mid-round now, there's patience exhibited from them, but they're still lined up to greet these remaining players from GK. Not before Mowgli dies, though. And Noodle's got two nearby in drum. Deadshot to the right awaits him first. And oh my goodness, what a shot by Noodle, who might lose out on another player to the left. But no, there's a push-up coming alongside Noodle from GK. They need to get to this bomb site quickly, only 45 seconds left.
So Bibu falls back, but Deadshot sticks around. It's kind of puzzling where they play both sides of the coin, where either you play bomb site or you play the roam. Don't spread yourselves too thin. You got the 5v3. That's not back to a 3 versus 3. And we saw Geekay push the side successfully last time. They could try to do that same kind of thing again, but this time they also have Diffuser.
They've got the cams, and there goes a logic bomb as well. Last bit of this operator utility now expended, and a perfect time to do that. Leader gunning down P4. Two players from GK stacked up inside a Dragon. Shink is prepped and ready for that with a Nitro cell, but now falls off. Might play for the post plant. That leaves more on the shoulders of Bibu, as the diffuser will be walked in by Leader. Bibu by Bar, miles away, but Leader stops the play, and it gets dropped at the last second. Sloppiness.
Thermite as well, potentially going to catch these players. They've got to leave first, of course. Mowgli's kind of in this position, fighting against Key on one angle. Bibu is kind of with him as well, down below to try to support with a vertical angle. The smoke grenade comes out. We saw that earlier from Leader. Are they going to jump in and take something off of it? They're just working on the exhibition wall at the moment.
They were looking for kills now. As Leader will stumble into a goo mine. We saw some damage done earlier. Multiple goo mines, in fact. Key reduced, but still upright before being finished off. It's the first kill as well for this Geekay squad. GK, and they get another now. Noodle is gone, as Wolves will add to their tally in a 3v2. Trixton Leader, last two remaining. P4 plugging a hole with that Kiba barrier. Trixt waiting it out. No utility remaining on his end. 45 seconds to go. Tough spot for GK.
They left the defuse kit. They need to find all these kills. If they don't, they're going to be in a really bad spot.
Oh my! Hold on, there's life, and then there wasn't. Tie game between these teams.
Yes,
it's just a privilege to be here.
He said it again.
It's just a privilege to be here.
For real. Yeah, we've got the top floor mostly forced out at this point. We saw kind of Mowgli still sitting on main stairs. Noodle has seemingly control of... Oh, never mind. Noodle's got control of nothing. He dies.
Yeah.
That's going to be him being taken out by Shinka. So this top floor, you know what? It is still a problem, and they don't have a great answer to it.
They can't get in. They're pretty much all outside the building, still looking for a pathway somewhere, but they're getting shut down in the windows, in the doorways, in the breach as well. And no one's really aggressing from GK either. They're waiting for a swing, which, yeah, it's happening, but then when it does, Wolves win that initial gunfight again.
This time it's Key to die as you're being rebuffed. There's no step that you can find that is safe inside of this building whatsoever. And I mean, when you've got the favorable side of the map working for you, then you just need to let it do its thing. I mean, Skyscraper so dominantly in favor of the defenders. Wolves are proving just that. Final 35 seconds, and GK in a 3v5. They had a lead. It looked mighty good when they were up 5-3, only 2 rounds away from securing main stage, but that stage is getting smaller and smaller as these rounds go on. Ashom gets his team on the board, denying a flawless round for Wolves. There might be a chance now with Mowgli dying, but they'll have to be quick with only 10 seconds left. Crosses will be held by Wolves as Leader and Hashom need to get into the site. Leader with no information, sees one, can't outswing the frost of Shinka, and now it's Hashom to let the timer run out. Wolves move to map point.
Mowgli, unfortunately for GK, he gets out live.
This is the slowest round when it comes to time so far on this second half that we've seen. Usually, somebody is dead at this point. I mean, I hate to curse them into it, but it just happens with Leader dying. Noodle has flushed out some of the hallway. Shinka cannot play off of this position, as now this karaoke and tea portion of the map has been lost, though the bomb site is not over there. That's the focus at the moment for GK.
55 seconds. They're committing to holding this too. Like, we see Bibu again in an aggressive position right on this wall. It's going to be tough for him to get out if he wants to now, although maybe, no. He sticks around a little too long and he gets punished for it.
Overtime could be coming, friends, but Shinka says, no, we want Oregon to seal the deal. And for the first Middle Eastern team to ever play on the main stage, they'll need to win this round to try and do it in 2 maps. Only 30 seconds remaining. Mowgli will chase one off of his position on Dragon. Still not moving himself out of that spot, but down goes Shinka. We're even at 20 seconds now. I'll have to beat this pace. Hashom over towards Dragon. Key walking through Terrace. They'll pinch on out, but the Azami of Deadshot is poised, primed and ready. Time not working in their favor. Hashom goes as well. It's all up to Trix, who dies. Both teams winning their own map.
Okay, Bravo Ben, what about the Twitch? Well, that's true. You can always play the Twitch, but it has not been the case as of yet. Maybe it's the weaker gun, lower preference, whatever the case might be. I like these more target-oriented bans because Fenrir, for example...
Looking at these kills, when you're looking at making space and using your utility effectively, you've got Noodle leading the way. To lose him early is pretty damaging.
And that's the mirror I spoke of. It's on the other side of the wall, so then the Keeper Bear is keeping it up. But look at this. Trix swings on out. It equals back to a 4 versus 4.
Mowgli to die inside of blue. Key with a shotgun out to finish off Shinka as Hashom has also died. 30 seconds remaining as it's a deceptively fast round on Oregon, as we've come to expect. Trix seeing the gridlock of P4, but she absorbs bullets like nobody's business, and because that nitro cell was used earlier, you can't stop the plant. P4 another kill, and it's a leader in a 1v2. A trades, but it doesn't matter if he kills P4.
Round replayed, but it's flipped now. The defenders get that opening kill. Mowgli, who got the kill into Noodle, now died to Noodle instead. And again, now it's on to Bibu, I think, as that initiator to disrupt the hatch and go for the picks.
Always nice to see those hatches blow in synchronization, but it's a joint effort. Shinka so far the only kill for Wolves through this second round, and a second attempt on defense on the same bomb site. Geekay wanting to go back down to laundry supply room so quickly, and with Bibu being the only one left alive at the tail end of that first round, I think they thought it was close enough. We can make some small adjustments and prevail. Right now, if you're betting, it's good to bet money on Geekay as they double up in a 4v2.
Yeah.
Toxic Babe again, forces Shinka out of where he wanted to plant. He's really exposed now, actually, in the bomb site. Key or Trix could maybe get an angle, but he goes deep. That's a nice little position from him. Noodle in the back lines finds a big pick. Third on the round from him. Now it's just Shinka in a terrible spot. 1, 2. Hold on. Trix 3. 4 kills coming through from Shinka. It's just Leader now in the 1v1. Can he find this frag? He's got the bearing 9. No! Leader clutches it out just barely. Almost. He's just sitting in here. Mowgli, I guess the time is ticking on down. A lot of the players in Wolves have actually rotated over towards the big window side of this. P4 droning up the white stairs. They're actually completely changing what this take looks like, and they're actually getting ready to jump on in.
Just under a minute to go now with the Mowgli needing to push up through Trophy to start to apply that pressure across the way, but Noodle will have that angle covered. Shinka dies, a 4v4. They change things up, but you cannot let the clock continue to get away from you. Mowgli attempting to see if somebody will make their way towards that games area, but nobody will. Couldn't tell what was being tossed out, and there he goes, running into the waiting arms of Noodle. Leader with one as well. Wolves tripping over themselves as now it's Deadshot on white stairs. Last one standing for Wolves. No way to do it based on time, and it's the Deagle from Hashom to get the final pick.
Kind of in the back, Bibu, big window. Try to force some positions through, but they're going to just start walking into some angles unless this nade can do some magic, but at the moment they're still just trying to find an angle in.
This seems like the final 30 seconds, but it's not quite, as Mowgli pulls out the nade, then the gun, pulls the gun back out, walks on in. Geekay with a single kill, Leader picking up 2 for the same price. Sitting right now at 7-11, and he's going to work for a quad. He gets it, but dies, and ace denied. Shinka, again, will be put in a clutch scenario. This time, though, with far fewer players to go against. A 1v2 with still 1:30 to go. Probably more winnable for Wolves than you'd think.
I mean, Lito's a turret in that round, just standing his ground, getting 4 kills single-handedly. And now Shaman and Kay just gotta play together. Crossfire's there, Freeza stairs and Sulu. Just wait for that swing.
I was making fun of the enunciation.
Yeah, I missed it.
But you couldn't hear what I was saying. Jesse didn't pick up on it.
Okay. I'm oblivious. I was lost.
He was too busy. He was too busy doing his numbers. Shinka rushing in, but the win condition for Wolves is really just as simple as Mowgli staying alive, getting a couple early picks, and setting up the rest of the team to do the job that they need to do. If Mowgli's not there to give their team that lead, that early space, then the rest of the team seems to struggle to recover. And look at that. P4 not droning out. Nobody's seeing the position that Noodle was in. Now Deadshot very quick to follow up, but again is going to do it with limited intel. And he can be swung from both sides of basement. One by Pillar, one from Harry Potter. Deadshot softened up, still not able to find his first kill.
Really tough spot here.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you have to work with at this point? You do have some flashes, some smokes, I suppose, but...
What?
Okay, you'll take what's free.
I'm not sure about the prone peek there, I gotta be honest. But hey, sometimes trying to catch opponents by surprise, and sometimes you get got.
Hey, Deadshot's in the land of the free right now, okay? And he's just learning from the best, because NA gave up every single game so free as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough.
Unrelated, we cast SSG next with Bleed.
Yeah.
For that last shot. Could see, again, we could see one of those two teams, including a second NA team, make it to the main stage. Leader, relatively easy kill on Nishinka, knows there's somebody else inside of Freezer. Huge round from Leader. Good
window side. They're probably playing down instead of showers. We have Mowgli gonna go for a bit of a pinch here over into the armory. Key's job is gonna be to deal with that. He tosses the C4, doesn't find it. With the rotate from Mowgli happening to go over towards armory, he finds another Kiba over here. Noodle on the white stairs though. Sorry, Hasham finds Deadshot instead. That's gonna be a big pick.
Absolutely, and Deadshot has not really had the performance through this first half that we know he can live up to. Hasham being potentially pinned down as that drop is going to come in. Shinka dies, as does Mowgli. Hasham's patience rewarded now as Bibu inside of Attic has tons of bullets in Ying's LMG and 2 Candelas as well in back pocket. So he could potentially flush his way towards the next step. But there's a shotgun waiting by the door. Hasham, a big 3-piece. Up the main stairs he will go. Armory stairs for a quad kill. Will he let somebody else take it? Right now, I suppose, Geekay just wants the kill, doesn't matter who does it. Hasham is rushing in to try and do the job himself. What the hell is that? Key gets the final pick. Hasham wanted it so. I mean, we've seen 3 major applications of Capitao. E-Box, cut off elbow, and cut off the main entry to laundry. It really just depends on how you stack up the rest of your players. Now, in this particular instance, you've got a Warden governing over Pillar. Nice shot, but the Warden is no more. A huge C4 from P4 as Key and Noodle die, leaving just Hasham and Leader, who's still over by Blue. There's that elbow smoke that I talked about. So now you set up a fight towards Pillar and E-Box, but he doesn't have any information. Another smoke to go out. Okay. Just a little bit deeper in this time. Maybe buy some time with just 30 seconds remaining. Hard to imagine GK bail themselves out of this particular situation. It'll just have to be a frag fest as Leader walks up, doing damage to Shinka, but with a shotgun at close range, Leader will lose that one every single step of the way. Hasham is dead to Bibu, so Wolves look almost certain to pick up their second round, denying GK match point. And this is a huge win for Wolves, who desperately need to keep themselves and their heads in this match. The timer running out. P4 technically gets the
that. So they had 3 impacts, 3 Selmas. They go 1 for 1 for 1. Perfect.
Just a little over a minute left. Nobody died, even though you can see some damage being done. Caster cursed Mowgli into the afterlife. My apologies for that, French fans.
Why swing when you deny the breach, right? You've locked them out. They got 2 doorways in, 1 big window. That's it. You don't need to swing now. If they had the wall opened up, maybe you go for it, but you just did a great play strategically, and now you cannot throw it away by swinging a door.
Still strong positions on site, and we do see GK relatively spread out. We've got 1 on big window, 2 in attic, 1 over by armory. The attic player is going to find a contest soon from Shinka, and they will be unlucky. The second, perhaps? No.
Oh, followed in as now the vault from Leader pays off. Yes, they sacrificed the Amaru. There's more work to be done now as P4 in a very powerful spot, but the rest of his teammates are all being reduced as the numbers continue to dwindle for Wolves. Bibu is gone as well. P4 to clutch, killed on the window by Hasham. Match point for GK. Ready for it. There go Candelas to try and soften up that big window, and in they go. Trick's good enough for 1. Immediately flicking over, pulling it off. Good trigger discipline to almost get a kill onto his own teammate. But Mowgli and Deadshot removed from action puts Wolves in such a devastating position, even if they did refrag by killing you.
Yeah, that's perfect. Exactly what you wanted. Candelas were in, Lion Charge was in, Trix finds the 2K. This is exactly what they need. Now, the one thing they have, P4's got Valk cams in sight. That was massive for them on Skyscraper.
Yeah.
That won them so many late round defenses. It's going to get scrappy here on meeting. It's going to get scrappy when they go in for the kitchen plants. They're going to need to rely on that intel from the Valkyrie to be able to push them through and win this last one. Wow, there it is.
But the thing is, the attackers with Geekay, they have no soft destruction, right? You get upstairs control, great. You get the 2 kills, phenomenal. But you can't do much with this. Leader on Ace has claymores, not soft breaches, and you can't deny those key positions downstairs inside of the bomb side, inside of servers. So you're forced to work with the last smoke grenade, not Candela. You have a single smoke to your name, 1 grenade, 1 flashbang. Besides that, it's just 4 guns against 3.
I like that you noticed that. I mean, so much utility was used to get those first 2 picks, and I think it's inarguable that it was absolutely worth it. But now you've made the job harder from this point forward. You made it easier by getting the 2 picks, but that's where the rubber meets the road now, is you're going to have to just go in essentially dry, and the defenders will have some utility to thwart.
Gonna be tough here inside P4, a little bit alone. Not really having teammates too near him. You've got Bibu all the way back inside of meeting. Shinka somewhere as well, trying to help on out P4. They don't know he's here necessarily.
They have intel. This could work out in favor of Wolves. The 3 against the 4. Key missing out, seeing the Valkyrie for a second, buying time, knows he's under watch as the diffuser goes down, but numbers will equalize. The greater foe at the moment, the timer, as Shinka drops, Bibu's gone as well. P4, last one standing to keep Wolves in this with a tiny bit of HP, using the Valkyrie cam set up before, but history is made! Our first Middle Eastern team to play on main stage